Konnichiwa, konbanwa. This is Japan Enthusiast, and in this list I will talk about my top 10 anime of spring 2021. So now it's already summer 2021, but I want to talk about the anime of spring 2021, top 10, the 10 best anime of spring 2021 in my opinion. Some of it already finished and some of it is still ongoing. So let's keep the intro short and get straight to the list. So on my number 10, there are a Dynazenon. So if you are a tokusatsu fan and also an anime fans, you will like this one because it's a perfect combination between them. SSSS series is always bring up some tokusatsu kind of things. So the Gridman is more like Ultraman things. Dynazenon is more Super Sentai-ish, and I hope in the future there are some Kamen Rider-ish anime from this franchise. So that's why I put Dynazenon on my number 10 because I am an anime fan and also a tokusatsu fan. Number 9, Mars Red. So this anime kind of reminds me of Seraph no N or Awari no Seraph because it's about vampire and military. Um, and it's actually a good plot here. I don't know, some people hate it, but I'm not really understand why they hate it. But actually, I enjoy Mars Red, and I enjoy. I don't know why I enjoy almost every vampire kind of things. Although I'm not really a fan of vampire things, but the plot or this perspective is usually unique in an anime. So Mars Red, that's why I put Mars Red on my number 9. For the number 8, I put Shadow's House. So this one of a kind anime that has a very unique plot because the main character itself is a shadow that can't talk and live separately from the human world, I think, and they create a doll and serve as their servants, and that's just the beginning plot, and there are so many mystery about the shadow house. So it's a very unique things. If you like mystery but not horror, shadow house is your anime, I think. And that's why I put shadow house on my number 8. Number 7, there are Eden Zero. I already talked about it. Eden Zero is my most favorite Hiro Mashima's work so far. So I like Eden Zero more than Rave Master and Fairy Tail. Although it has a very similar art style, Eden Zero is actually have a more unique plot where it talks about the galaxy. So it's a very wide kind of a story. It talks about it has a sci-fi factors to it, and one things that people usually not realize, Eden Zero has some social issues to bring up to the front. I mean, it talks. There are an arc about slavery. There are an arc about the human trafficking. There are an arc about the human betrayals. How dark is that? It's like a dark social things that put into a shonen type, bright, cheerful, full action pack anime. That's why I put Eden Zero on my number 7. On my number 6, there are Osanajimi ga Zettai ni Makenai love comedy. So it's your typical rom-com, but not really typical your rom-com. It kind of reminds me of Nisekoi, but a more realistic kind of Nisekoi. And actually, what I love the most about the Osanajimi Gazeta ini Makenai Love Comedy is because the list of the seiyu itself. So I'm a fan of seiyu things, related things, and Osanajimi has a set list of seiyus that my favorite, maybe in this or in spring 2021, and that's why I put it on my number 6. 5 there are 86. So 86, it's kind of remind me of Code Geass. While a Code Geass better than the 86, it has a similar kind of vibe because it's about mecha, it's about politics, it's about betrayals, it's about survival, it's about all of that. So it's a very similar but a different kind of anime. So that's why I put 86 on my number 5. It's because it's very mature kind of anime, I think. And number 4, I have Hige wo Soru Shoshite Yoshiko Sei wo Hiro. So I don't know why I have a similar personalities with the Yoshida. Although I never the kind of event that happened in this anime never happens in my real life. I kind of have an emotional attachment to this anime because it's very related to me, but in a different kind of way. Such as Yoshida and Airi Goto, and also Yoshida with the others characters. I kind of reminds me of my own life, and I don't know why. Although my life is actually different with the Higiwasoru's plot, but I feel an special emotional attachment to this anime. That's why I put it on my number 4. On my number 3, there are a Tokyo Revengers, the most hyped or the most talked anime in spring 2021, I think. People don't know Tokyo Revengers before, but if I could say, Tokyo Revengers is like a cross between Crow Zero and Kimi no Nawa. So it's time related things with romantic feelings, but it is about a gang of some school and a gang in general. So it's Crow Zero and Kimi no Nawa got crossover and makes Tokyo Revengers. But actually, the author himself talked about it, and he said that he inspired by Rizero Hajimaru Karaisekai Seikatsu, and also the Boku Dake ga Inaimachi in Japan, or in English, it's called Erase. So it's time related things also, and it action packed. So that's two factors. That's why people love it, and I also one of those people. So I put it on my number 3. For the number 2, I have Boku no Hero Academia 5th season. So, I love shonen. If you ask me one of the best shonen of all time, I will talk about the Boku no Hero Academia. And this 5th season is really a unique season because while the other season is mostly the plot itself is in the beginning of the season or the first core of the season, the 5th season, the first core is kind of the bright cheerful type that's usually in the second core, but the second core in the summer 2021, you will see what happened to the Boku no Hero Academia. It turns from the bright side of shonen to the darker side of shonen. And that's why I put the Boku no Hero Academia 5th season on my number 2. And that's because it was set a stone that turned out the events that brings you the best arc in Boku no Hero Academia, which is would be in anime the 6th season later. And for my number 1, there are Fumetsu no Anatae, or in English, To Your Eternity. I mean, from the plot itself, it from the an immortal being perspective that could be anything that he saw. I mean, and uh, just what? Just thinks about it. If you are an immortal being and you can be anything that you see or what you saw, and also you live when people dies, you live when people's going to war and changing the era and etc. It it gives me what, a social or an emotional impact, very very powerful emotional impact, and I'm not expecting that from Fumetsu no Anatae in the first time I watched this. The very first episode is very very full of emotional things. So if you are a person who wants to feel very emotional, either it's sad things or angry or grief or anxiety or something like that, it's very full of emotional factors in it. So you need to watch Fumetsu no Anatai. And that's the reason why I put Fumetsu no Anatai on my first place of anime spring 2021. So, do you agree with my list? Let me know on the comments below. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, and share it to the people who also are Japan enthusiasts. My name is Japan Enthusiast, and thanks for watching. So, Jane.